Must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. People on, pretending day by day, there's a one somewhere will soon make a change. We are a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know love is all we need. We are the children, we are the ones who make it right every day, so let's start giving. There's a choice. Dear sir, may the blessing of Allah be upon you and grant you the wisdom and sympathy to understand my situation and how much I need your help. Late General Sani Abacha of Nigeria was my husband. He died of heart problem. I beg of your help to transfer the sum of $30 million from my late husband's private vault, which he deposited into a security firm before his death.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Everybody's gotten one of these emails. They're part of a very popular scam known to international law enforcement. It's the Nigerian 419. Now, the actual details are pretty Byzantine and unwieldy, and they vary from scammer to scammer, but the basic idea is they want you to send them a relatively minor amount of money, about $2,000 to begin with. And then when you're not looking and they get your trust, they clean out your bank accounts. Now, if that's not bad enough, the people behind this scam may have been behind some kidnappings and maybe even some murders around the world. So suffice it to say, these are bad, 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 bad guys.
The present civilian government of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has not been good to our family. He has frozen all our accounts and confiscated all our assets. This is the only money that we are left with. All others has been seized by Nigerian government. If you help me, I will reward you with 25% of the total sum, 7.5 million American dollars.
That is a lot of money. Now, I've been getting these emails for years, and I would always reply with the same joke sentence, and I never heard back until a million years ago. I was doing a very small recurring part on this television show, Mr. Sterling, with Thanos, and you can tell the size of my appearance, my role on the show by my appearance on the publicity stall. About 8 people over that way. So I had a lot of free time, and on the soundstage had Wi-Fi, but they blocked all the porn sites. So I began a correspondence with this guy this Nigerian scammer that lasted nearly a year. If only Mr. Sterling had gone on that long. It was voted out of the schedule. Now, what you're about to see in here is true. Every word of it. StreamYard won't let us stream for a solid year, but so I've had to cut the correspondence down a little bit. But what you're about to hear and see is from an actual correspondence that went on between this shithead in Nigeria and a version of myself that really only my shrink understands.
Nobody knows of this money except for me and my son. Most of our trusted associates betrayed us. My communication and movement are under strict surveillance. I am counting on you for my future and that of my family. Yours truly, Dr. Mrs. Miriam Abacha.
Great. Do you have any toast?
I really appreciate your reply to my mail. I pray that Allah should bless you. Please call my son on his mobile phone. He is in a better position to conclude this business with you because I'm still under restriction by the Nigerian government. Dr. Mrs. Miriam Abacha.
Miriam Archu, I am so excited to hear back from you. We need to take care of you and make sure you get out of that rat hole. It's no place for a woman such as yourself. Hey, here is a photo of my pretty kitty cats, Mr. Snickers and Jojo, the dancing clown. I've been telling my cats how we are going to help someone who needs help. Mr. Snickers, the gray kitty cat with an attitude, sat in my lap and purred with delight. I think he was purring praise Allah and meow. Irregardless, I will try to contact your son today. It sounds as if you have a very great relationship with your son. Mine seems to be too busy for me, except to make sure that his vast inheritance is in order. I've got a mind just to leave all of my money to Mr. Snickers and Jojo the dancing clown. Hey, I have 3 lovely avocado trees in my backyard, and I would love to send you some juicy avocados.
Greetings. I thought by now we should have finished, but you did not call my son. Please, do call him today for more details.
This is the only money that I have now. All others has been seized by Nigerian government.
Hello, mummy man, ha-cha-cha-cha. I will type quietly and softly so as not to alert the authorities. I'm sending a copy of this email to your he-man of a son as a way of reaching out and offering my assistance in your plight. My heterosexual son is interested in this business venture, but I shall not release any information about you or your fine specimen of a son. I just had to shoo Jojo the Dancing Clown off the couch. I can assure you that the term crazy cat applies 1000% to Jojo the Dancing Clown. He is K-R-A-Z-Y. I still would like to know where to send the avocados. Oh, the phone number you've given me has too many numbers. It begins ringing even before I finish dialing. Then that woman comes on. Don't you hate her condescending voice? Condescending means talk down to.
Dear Dean Cameron, thanks for your mail, all content well noted, but I don't seem to understand what you are taking this business for. If you cannot call my son on phone, please talk to him through his email, as you already know that my movement is under strict surveillance. Dr. Mrs. Miriam Abacha.
Miriam Choda, I have not heard from your fulsome man-child. I await contact with bated, quiet, cat-like breaths. I tried that phone number, as well as a few random combinations of it, and was only able to make contact with the dry cleaners somewhere outside of Baraboo, Wisconsin. We ended up having a very nice conversation. I said nothing about our arrangement, writing off my dialing error to a chronic gastrointestinal disorder. I invited him and his wife, the lovely Bernesta, to my home here in Florida, as I have a few extra bedrooms available, and as I already have a dry cleaners here to dry clean Mr. Snickers' Dada is going to take you for a walk vest. We began chatting about the heartbreak of a spastic colon. Perhaps this Allah fellow will reward me after our investment opportunity is complete. I would love it if you came to visit me here in Florida. I have a sort of estate. It's humble, for sure, but it is on a few acres of prime beachfront real estate. I employ Kwan, a young, hairless boy from the Philippines who helps me out from time to time. I'm sure you understand. I have not heard from your cherished child, my spicy senorita. I want to help you. I want to hold you. I want all to be light and peace for you and yours. I love you.
Dear Dean Cameron, I really thank you so much for being there for me and my family. I don't know how to thank you now until I come over to your country. I promise you will never regret helping a widow like me. Please try and conclude this transaction so that I may take my children to your country and live there forever. Dr. Mrs. Miriam Abacha. /B. Say hello to Mr. Snickers and Jojo the Dancing Clown.
Still have not heard from your child. Here is my fax number, 475, and my famous guacamole recipe. Peel avocado, mash well, add sour cream, tomato, onion, garlic, salt, lemon juice, mix well, serve with.
Dear sir, I am Ibrahim Abacha, son to Dr. Mrs. Miriam Abacha. I have the mandate of my mother to communicate with you as regards your interest in assisting us to secure the funds which my late father deposited into a private security company in their branch in Amsterdam. My mother has forwarded to me today your fax number, and I have discovered it is not correct. To enable us to receive the box of funds, we need you to travel to Amsterdam to receive the box. Meanwhile, I and my ailing mother are presently living under the good wishes of our well-wishers. You are advised to call me. Time is of the essence. Regards, Ibrahim Abacha. /B. The box of funds is still lying down the security company here in Nigeria.
Hello, Ibrahim, my new friend from south of the border, and ole! Forgive my retardiness in my reply in response to you and yours. I am copying your wonderful, 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 wonderful mother, Miss Maureen Binacho, who I hope will come and stay with me as well as you and whatever family you may have on one of my properties here in beautiful, sunny Florida, USA, home of the infidels. Your loving and devoted mother, single, too soon to ask, sorry, forgive please, a slip. She mentioned that I will be traveling to Amsterdam. This pleases me to no end, as I was in Amsterdam a few years ago as a celebration when I helped my son sell his first business. I thought it high time that he know the pleasures of the flesh, and Amsterdam was just the place for it. One of his escorts turned out to have a much different set of plumbing than the one he was led to believe, not judging. Just saying. Yet we all had a fine meal together after the hilarity of the situation reared its comedic head. Not a pun, just a phrase. Praise Allah. I do hope that your mesmerizing mother, Chewbacca, has mentioned that my kitty cats, Mr. Snickers and Jojo the Dancing Clown, are, as they say, down with it. As far as their support of me goes, I explained to them, or explained, as Mr. Ricky Ricardo would say, that their inheritance of $100,000 a year each for the rest of their 9 lives was not in jeopardy, and they would be well taken care of upon my death. I noticed Mr. Snickers, he should be named Mr. Haughty, what with his catitude and all. I noticed him cleaning his anus at a brisker pace than usual, as if he was cleaning himself for our future visitors. That's you, my new friend, and he wanted his anus to look its best.
My mother is very happy to be associated with you. We are looking forward to residing in USA with you till the end of time. I have concluded arrangement with the cargo manager, Andrew Desmond Osho, to help us move the consignment to the Amsterdam branch before our government confiscates the consignment. We will be responsible for the transfer charges, US $1,850. You are advised to start making your travel preparation to Amsterdam. Yours, Ibrahim Abacha. In/B. Attached below are photographs of my mother.
Hubba, hubba, I am getting my passport in order now. Now, I'm not sure where I'm going to need to go because you haven't mentioned a city in Amsterdam yet. I'm looking forward to Amsterdam. I love the photos. Your mother is a lovely lady. I believe we own the same couch.
I did not think you understand the contents of my last mail to you. You are traveling to Amsterdam, Netherlands. I have dialogued with Andrew Desmond Osho, the cargo manager, to help us move the consignment to the Amsterdam branch. After you have assisted us in paying off the $1,800, Andrew Desmond Osho will contact you immediately and has assured us that he will receive you in Amsterdam, Netherlands. May Allah reward you for your great concern about my family, and we are looking forward to residing with you forever in your home in USA once you return from Amsterdam.
Ibrahim,
Netherlands.
Does the account manager take PayPal? Still waiting for your reply regarding PayPal. In the meantime, I took my pride and joy, Mr. Snickers, to the groomers. I said, go hog wild. Mr. Snickers is feeling wacky, 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 and so am I. I may be traveling to Amsterdam, Netherlands. I, of course, made no mention of our top secret arrangement. And this is what Louise, not a heterosexual like you and me, this is what Louise came up with. I think it is, as Louise says, absolutely divine.
Dear sir, the account manager does not take PayPal. You will have to go to Western Union and remit money to Andrew Desmond Osho in Nigeria.
Dear Ibahumehe, good news! My high-priced, well-known, powerful attorneys, Perry Mason and Owen Marshall, counselor at law, have procured my airline reservations to Assmasterdam. I can't wait until you, your wonderful mom, and I can sip tea, laugh, and gently fondle each other, knowing that we will be making the world a better place. We will have a dandy roll in the hay, my fiend. Oh, how I look forward to fingering you.
Hello.
This is Perry Mason. I'm calling for Dean Cameron.
Who is this, Mr. Perry Mason?
We've corresponded several times by email.
Yes. This is Ibrahim. Yes.
Okay. I'm doing a conference call with my client, Dean Cameron. Can you hold on one moment, please?
Okay.
Hello, Perry?
Okay.
Hold on. Mr. Snickers. Hold on. Perry, Mr. Snickers is having a problem.
Yes. Let me hold on for him. Yes.
Mr. Snickers was cleaning himself, but I'm back now. Are we on with my gusty friend, Ibrahim? Yes, we are. Hello, Ibrahim?
Yes.
It's Dean Cameron. I'm so happy to talk to you finally.
Okay. Yes, I'm very happy too. I've been waiting to receive your call. How are you, sir?
I'm thrilled as a fruit punch to be talking to you right now.
Yes, I'm very, very happy to receive your call today. Today is my happiest day because I have been looking forward to the day you are going to call me so that we can finalize everything once and for all.
Wait, I want you to say hello to Mr. Snickers. Hold on, okay, Ibrahim? He's right here. Hold on.
Okay. Hello?
Do you hear Mr. Snickers purring? I'm holding him up to the phone.
Yes.
Say hello to Mr. Snickers.
Hello, Mr. Snickers. How are you? This is my happiest day. This is my happiest day so far because I have been looking forward to a day like this. Okay? Yes.
Yes.
I'm very happy to communicate with you on phone, not email anymore.
I think now that we're talking, we can finalize this deal or get close to closure upon it.
All we need to do now, please, I want you to listen to me, Dean, please.
I'm listening.
Okay? You know all our accounts have been frozen, and we are depending on that fund in the security company for our future. That is why my mother is in the hospital because we don't have money.
Mr. Snickers, get off the couch, Mr. Snickers. Dean, please concentrate on the call.
You crazy cat! Like I told you, my mother is supposed to have get well up to now, but because of the fact that I don't have money to purchase all her necessary medications, that is why she's in the hospital.
Mr. Snickers!
Hello?
I'm a lonely man in Florida. I just want Miriam to come visit me. Mr. Abacha, may I call you back?
No, I'm holding on. Don't worry.
Get out from under the couch, you little bitch! Donna wants to pay you, Mr. Snickers!
Dean?
He's lost his medication, and I'm concerned for him. I think we need to continue this call at another time. Dean Cameron is very delicate.
Sorry?
Hello?
Mr.
Snickers? I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be
all right, be there.
I'll be expecting your call. Dean?
Hello, I have to lie down. I'm very tired.
Dean? Hello? Sorry? Dean? Mr. Snicker?
Ibrahim Analcha, I'm concerned about our pig government monitoring email. They talked about it in my new favorite television program, Mr. Sterling. The acting is superb, especially the smaller roles. I suggest that from now on, we use a code to communicate. This may add a few minutes to our correspondence, but we don't want those mother hubbards in Nigeria stealing more money or hurting my cats. Meow is 13-5-15-23. My driver will take me to Western Onion tomorrow. If I make the check for $2,000, would that be okay? You could use the extra money to buy yourself a delicious ice cream cone. N/B. What does N/B mean? Is that like PS? PS or N/B. Is Andrew Desmond Osho from Logan, Utah? I knew a very nice man in Logan, Utah named Andrew. N/B 14 & 2.
Elizabeth K. Dear sir, the code that you have suggested is too long. I advise we use Elizabeth K, my aunt's name, in all our communications. Include the code at the top, just as I did in all emails you send to ensure maximum security. Andrew Desmond Osho is not from Logan, Utah. The name might just be similar, but he is not from Utah. He is the general secretary of the security company. And thank you very much for what you said that I should use to buy myself ice cream. I am very happy. How are Mr. Sterling and Mr. Snickers?
Elizabeth K. Ibrahim, my gusty friend, you referred to one of my cats as Mr. Sterling. I schnurched my wine spritzer all over the screen when I read that. Schnurz means laughing so that stuff shoots out of your nose. Mr. Sterling is my new favorite television program, and Mr. Snickers and Jojo the Dancing Clown are my naughty feline cats. I say naughty because Mr. Snickers has taken to transferring the dry poopies from his cat box to my bed. Don't ask me how I know it's Mr. Snickers' poopies. You do not want to know, sir.
Dear Dean, my son has updated me about your promise to send him money together with the transfer charges to buy ice cream for himself. This shows that you really care about us. I am looking forward to living with you in USA. I love you.
Ibra, Idaho. I went to Western Onion and I had a check made for $2,000. It is sitting next to my 4 ice skating trophies. No, I'm not an ice skater, but I do love the trophies, and I'm constantly on the lookout for them when antiquing with the pouty-lipped, nubile little Quan. The check is made out to Andrew Desmond Osho, not from Utah. Thanks for clearing that up. And it is even in the capital letters, which you are so fond of using.
Elizabeth K. Dear sir, you are advised to send the check through DHL to the cargo manager, Victor Smith. Endeavor to furnish me with the DHL tracking number. Time is of the essence.
Ahoy, my Latin friend. Who is DHL? Is that hockey? There's a minor league hockey team in Miami, but I don't think they are Nigerian. I went ahead and I sent you a case of avocados for my famous guacamole recipe. Once you and Mama Mia are safe here, we can sit on the front porch, drink cherry fruit punch, and eat guacamole while the Kit Kats leave furry figure eights at our feet. By the way, Western Onion wasn't able to make a check for 264,360 Nigerian naira, so I thought I'd send it in Nigerian postage stamps. Genius.
Elizabeth K. Dear sir, DHL is not hockey. It is a courier service through which things are sent from overseas. You said you sent me a case of avocados. Did you include the check? In the issue of sending the money in Nigerian postage stamps, I do not think it is safe because they might open the package and discover that the package contains money and as such steal the package. I advise you to go to Western Union and give them the US $2,000 in cash, not in check, and they will issue you all the information listed from my first mayor. Long ago.
Hi there. Can't find DLH anywhere. Ibra Slammer, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. By this time next year, your mother and I will send you and a friend out for ice cream while your mother and I sit and do the things people do on Valentine's Day. Oh, hey, here's a funny coincidence. I got an email from someone else in Nigeria. His name is Dr. Donald Aboyami, and apparently a Mr. Pakir Kubani from India executed a contract in Nigeria worth $30,500,000 United States dollar. Poor Pakir died with his family in an earthquake disaster. I will stand as the trustee for poor Pakir, the original contractor. I simply sent all of my banking details to enable us to start the deal immediately. Now, Donald Abayami has decided to give me 30% of the fund for my involvement, and Dr. Donald Abayami says this deal is 100% risk-free. What luck!
Dear sir, I do not know Dr. Donald Abayami, and I must strongly advise you not to pay any attention to any emails coming from Nigeria. There are many fraudulent business activities going on here in Nigeria. Let us face our dealings and forget about the others. Please do not respond to him. Send the money today to Victor Smith through Western Union.
Alert code change, alert code change, alert code change. New code, the Hawk. New code, the Hawk. New code, the Hawk. The Hawk. Hello, my friendly friend. It is an odd thing. Dr. Donald Abayami has stated that he knows of you and that you are trying to steal money from me. He has sent me $100 to my PayPal account to prove that he is for real.
Dear Dean, this is me, Dr. Donald Abayami. Again, I hope everything is okay with you. I'm not, because I just noticed that all our communication has been monitored by Nigerian government and must stop trying to claim the money that belonged to Mr. Pakir Kubani, who died of earthquake disaster. I want us to stop this business for now. Any communication from that old email should not be given any attention. All communication should be through this new email for security reasons. I am very sorry saying that you should not help Mrs. Abacha. If there's any way you can help her, do. She was a good first lady. Oh, if I have given you my telephone number, please don't call it. Thanks, Dr. Donald Abayami.
Dr. Aboner-Yemi, it is a crying shame that you are not able to continue this transaction. Keep the $850 that I sent you via PayPal. I'll just cancel my trip to Miami next week, where I was going to give you the agreed upon $15,000 cash.
The Hawk. Dear sir, have you sent the money to the address that I gave to you? Or has Dr. Abayami convinced you not to assist us? It is my surprise you find it so difficult to send the money through Western Union. I advise, send the way you sent the avocados.
Irahibihim, there is great sadness regarding Dr. Donald Aboner-Yemi. He is being monitored by the Nigerian government and has asked that I refrain from ass-fisting him. It is a shame for me, as I have already sent him 850 American cash money dollars via PayPal. Keep a sweet place in your heart for him, as he has spoken highly of you and your clit.
Sir, remember, we have come a long way and you have already volunteered to help us. Please do not change your mind. My mother is sick now due to the fact that we have not heard from you. Please get back to me so my mother can be released from her ill health. Find attached below the picture taken by my late father of the funds inside the box before it was deposited with the security company.
The Hawk. Dearest Ibrahim, on the holy neck of Allah, I have been directed by Mr. Owen Marshall, Counselor at Law, and Perry Mason to tell you that you must send $1 US as a token of your seriousness to me before we continue this transaction. Dr. Donald Abayami sent me $100 to my PayPal account. Please send something as soon as possible. I want to help you. I want to extend my most intimate appendage across this great land of ours and get you safe in Florida. Oh, Mr. Snickers is happy after showing him the photo of all that money. To wit,
Dear Dean Cameron, I felt shock in my body after going through your mail this morning, which my son has forwarded to me. Why have you chosen to be doubting us at the end of this transaction? I am not happy with your failure to contact the officer in charge of our consignments in Amsterdam. Will it sound good to you if we lose the $30 million? Are you trying to scatter our plans of living together in the same house? Please, don't let it be. Because the intention of living with you is already in me. Please, do not break my heart. Because you are the first man that I have decided to love ever since I lost my husband. Find attached below the first 3 pages of my passport as a proof.
why do you conspire to break my heart? All I want is an assurance of your seriousness. A couple of emails don't help me. And pictures, Mr. Perry Mason and Owen Marshall, counselor at law, laughed. This passport says special peculiarities, NIL. Perry Mason's secretary, Della Street, looked it up in one of her many books, and it said that NIL means Nigerian is lying. Nigerian is lying right on the passport. You taught me with phone numbers that don't work and promises of 1, untold wealth, 2, life with the most beautiful Mobar Bochichobo, 3, a flea dip for Mr. Snickers. I know you've said nothing of the flea dip. It's a promise I've made to myself. Ignore it. DLH? What is DLH? There is no DLH. And all I ask is for you to extend yourself one tiny bit and send me a measly $1. I'm going to spend over $2,000 on my flight to Amsterdam. What's mine is yours, my best fiends. But to withhold a token of trust from me really makes my meat loaf.
The Hawk. Dear Dean Cameron, we did not and we will never conspire to break your heart. We were only upset with the contents of your last mail. The NIL, which you used to mean Nigerian is lying, is not true. Please cross-check. I furnish you with DHL, which means a courier service. It is called DHL. In the issue of your flight to Amsterdam, do not let that bother you, as we have already set aside 30% of the, we have already set aside 10% of the $30 million to reimburse you for any expense incurred. So keep your dreams of living with my beautiful mother, meeting new friends in Amsterdam, and friends to share your wealth with in lonely Florida alive. We are still one, and we will always be one. Our good friend from Florida. Do not be bothered. We will not break your heart.
DLH? DLH? Why didn't I know of DLH? It is a courier service through which things are sent from overseas. That's DHL. You should use DHL to send me $1, then you will get your money if there's a delay. Isn't the happiness of your mother important?
Dear sir, I care for my mother so much. By tomorrow, the $1 will be on the way to your attorney. May Allah reward you for your great concern about us.
The Hawk. Kiba Hubaharm, I do feel terrible regarding Mr. Mason's suggestion about that utterly minuscule amount of American dollars, but that 30 million, and most importantly, your lovely banana pancake of a mother, cry for safety and peace. So I went to send the money requested, and it seems that someone made a mistake in transferring the American Naira dollars to Naira at Western Union. So when I transferred it back to American dollars from the Nigerian Naira and then transferred it back to American dollars, it ended up being four American cash money dollars instead of the original 2,000 American dollaros. Needless to say, my attorneys, Perry Mason and Owen Marshall, counselor at law, are investigating the seeming abscondification of my American cash money dollars. Oh, hey, Victor Smith. He is the assistant manager at the local Taco Mayo. Should I just give him a check?
Dear Dean, I am surprised why you have chosen to send down $4 instead of $2,000, which you earlier promised to send. Sir, Victor Smith is not the Victor Smith that works the local Taco Mayo. This one works with the security company as the cargo manager. Hope this is clear.
Steve, I will be traveling to the countries of our slow brothers to the north, Canada, to take care of my highly lucrative real estate business for a week. I'm sure you've heard of Canada. They pride themselves on arrogance, faux socialism, and unintelligible circuses rife with homoerotic subtext.
My dear loved Dean, why have you not contacted the officer who is in charge of our consignments in Amsterdam? Don't you think Tony Jones will be worried from not hearing from you as a beneficiary of the consignments in his custody? Don't you think the consignments has been in Amsterdam for a long time now and there's a need to contact the officer? Please conclude the arrangement for the collection of the consignments before you travel there yourself.
Dear Harper Humaman and Chimichanga, hey, the bad news in Canada, I was thought to have contracted a minor case of SARS and was quarantined for a month. Also, one of the many Florida magnetic storms has erased my fidgety floop. The contact info for Mr. Tony Jones was lost. Resend. I have all of your emails printed out, but that low-cost generic medication those rotten Canadians gave me makes handling paper sort of excruciating.
My dear Steve, what a great relief to me when my son told me you are back from Canada to help us. I would like to hear in your next mail that you have been in touch with Mr. Tony Jones and that everything has been finalized. Dr. Mrs. Miriam Abacha.
Okay, so out of the blue, my friend Robert Chilton notifies me that he is going to be in Amsterdam on business. That is Robert, and that is business. So I wrote Ibrahim and I told him, Ibrahim, and I told him that I was going to be in Amsterdam for one day with $2,000 on me, and we were going to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to finish the deal once and for all. So I gave Robert the latest number of the cargo manager, who was at this point, I think, Tony Jones. I gave him Tony Jones' phone number in Amsterdam, and Robert actually remembered, and he called Tony Jones as me from a payphone in Amsterdam. Now, he got an answering machine, or a voicemail, and he left a message, and he'd been following the correspondence on a website that I'd set up, so he was deeply involved with the correspondence. So he left a message, and he said, "The Hawk," and meow. And then he left the number of the payphone that he called from in Amsterdam. So nothing really happened in Amsterdam, but the fact that this guy got a phone call from me from Amsterdam increased my credibility in a big way. Sir, the Hawk, there was only an answering machine at the number you gave me, so I called information in Amsterdam and asked the two-message young man if there was another number for Tony Jones. They didn't have any Tony Jones listed. However, they had someone named Thierry Johannescock. A woman answered and said in that delightful, lilting accent, "No English." Who is this louse Tony Jones who does not care for you?
Dear sir, were you able to contact Mr. Tony Morgan?
I do not know Tony Morgan. It is a concern. Who is he? A new person? Where are Andrew Desmond Osho, Victor Smith, and Tony Jones? Are they okay? Ibra, Oklahoma? Are you being fooled by this Tony Morgan? Is it the fact that you did not include the Hawk in your last email to me? Was that a desperate cry for help?
The Hawk. Dear sir, Mr. Tony Jones has been retired after many years of service with the security company. Yes, Mr. Tony Morgan is now in charge of our consignments. Now, I have already contacted Mr. Tony Morgan, who is now in charge, and Mr. Tony Morgan will contact you to let you know how you receive the consignments. Please be at alert at your email box.
Urgent news. The perky little Quan has been put on alert, the ungrateful wretch. He has ruined several of my finest Turkish bath towels after an incident with two friends he met at a truck stop. From now on, he will put the lotion on it or he will get the hose. My heterosexual son, who I have spoken of, has been filled in a bit more on this transaction. You will enjoy this. Poppy, he said to me, your success in business is always amazing. He seemed genuinely happy, Ibrahim. I know that you're not a parent, but I can tell you that to hear your child happy is akin to hearing the happiness of a child. Now, I'm helping people less fortunate than myself, and is that not what Mr. Allah spoke about? Or was it all about destroying the blue-eyed pig dog devils from the great Satan America? Soon we shall meet at the Hotel Pulitzer in Amsterdam, where I stayed with my son many years ago on the twilight of his virginity. It is a swell place. We will have tea, watch the water, and laugh and gently fondle each other with the knowledge that we will be making the world a better place. And then we will urinate like there is no tomorrow. Okay, so I know this is weird, but I started to feel a little bit guilty because unlike this guy, unlike me, I felt like this guy should get something for his money. So after the very first tryout production that Victor and I did a million years ago at the Sacred Fools Theater and Casino, we took up a collection. I got, at the end of the show, I brought out a DHL box and I told the audience that whatever they wanted to put in the DHL box, I would send to the cargo manager, the guy actually in Nigeria whose address I had, whose name was T. Ejidawe. So people would put stuff in the DHL box, and this is what the package contained. The aforementioned $4, picture of Henny Dittman over there, and some crap. And somewhere in there are 3 keys.
Hello.
Hello, Ibrahim.
Yes.
It's Dean Cameron.
Okay. Yes. How are you, sir?
This is Perry Mason also. We are on a conference call. I know that you want to get this done, and I sent you.
I saw the DHL package which you sent to me. Okay. None of the things are useful to my mother, nor me. Okay. It is not useful to us.
I want to make it up to you, Ibrahim, because you're my new caliente friend from south of the border.
Okay, you listen to me.
Okay.
Are you listening?
I'm listening. I'm wrapped.
Okay.
How can we rectalify this?
Sorry?
Rectalify it. Make it all better.
My mother was worried that for a very long time, no correspondence from you, nothing. And she was worried, and as such, her blood pressure rose to an abnormal degree.
I was in Amsterdam, and I called
Yes.
Tony Jones, and there was no Tony Jones, and then you said it was Tony Morgan. And I don't know who Tony Morgan is.
Okay, Mr. Tony Jones has been retired.
Okay.
Right now, the new officer in charge is called Mr. Tony Morgan. Okay?
Okay.
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 Okay, you listen to me. Presently, all our traveling passports documents are frozen by our present government.
I understand
Okay?
that. So I need to meet someone in Amsterdam.
You have to meet our family investment manager in Amsterdam.
Right.
Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
So to enable us for a final conclusion, okay?
Okay.
The first stage is, like I told you, the consignments are still here in
There comes a
Nigeria. They have been
time
brought back.
when we heed a certain call, and our lives will be stronger and free. There are people dying. Oh, it's time to lend a hand. Do you love that song, Ibrahim? I love that song.
Yes, Mr. Big.
We are the
Yes.
world. I feel like we are the world, Ibrahim. You and me.
Yes.
Dean gets very excitable. Please forgive him.
Yes.
I have nothing to forgive me for.
Yeah,
I just want to sing a
I
song
understand.
to my friend and his mother, and I feel horrible. She has high blood pressure, and I've killed your mother, Ibrahim, and it's all my fault.
My mother will be okay. That is you.
We are the world. We are the children. We are
Yes.
the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start living. Let's live, Miriam.
Yes, yes. She has already forgiven you because I told her I come hand and that it is not your fault. Okay. So
I sent some Dentine
number
gum. Did
one-
she try the Dentine gum? I sent it in the package. Maybe that would help her blood pressure.
Yes.
Dear Mr. Mason, I am not happy with the way our telephone conversation was ended yesterday. I am still waiting for instructions from you or your client about the usefulness of the keys packed there in the package which you sent to me. Awaiting your call. Thanks, Ibrahim Abacha.
Abraham, good news. The wires have been removed from my jaw so I can type again. Praise Allah. Here are the instructions for the keys. The round key is for my safety deposit box in Zurich, Netherlands. The round key is for the Millennium Falcon. You may have to jiggle it a bit. It sticks. The round key is to my back door. I will be at an immigration hearing regarding the pouty-lipped Quan. So feel free to let yourselves in. There's guacamole and a speculum in the fridge. Help yourselves. Go hog wild. Jojo the dancing clown is in heat. Enough said.
My dear love Dean, thank you very much for all that you have done by using all our correspondence to build a website. I pray that Allah should be with you for all the frame up and for breaking my heart. Thanks, Dr. Mrs. Miriam Abacha.
Hello, Mr. Ejidawe. How are you? I'm fine. Long time no write, speak, email, LOL. Enough with the LOL. Because of our pig government, I was not able to include any avocados in this email, but I am able to include several reviews and articles, ticket stubs, and a press kit regarding Dean Cameron's Nigerian Spam Scam Scam. Please look them over and get back to me. I'm hoping that maybe I can call you again as some very knowledgeable producer types and a few angry audiences tell me that I'm in desperate need of a better ending for my show. Hey, here's a thought. We're taking it on the road. Maybe you'd like to invest. Oh, disregard the photo of me with the trophy. It's a long story regarding Quan and a secret beauty pageant. Hello, Senior Ejidawa-Steen. Thank you for your email reply. I didn't get rich sending packages to Nigeria at $60 a pop. No, sir. Email is the future, and the future is now. And now, ad infinitum. Plus, I can attach gratuitous photos of Mr. Snickers. But enough about me. The good news is Perry Mason has found some backers interested in using my money to produce my show, Dean Cameron's Nigerian Spam Scam Scam, featuring Victor Isaac, as a Broadway musical. We're going with the title, Gone Abacha. What do you think? Good, yes? Costume change right now. There you go, costume change. Oh boy, that production value. Dear Mr. Ejidalwe, greetings. My client, Dean Cameron, has informed me that you have not replied to his many missives regarding the new Broadway musical, Gone Abacha, now in its 10th month at the Winter Garden Theater on Broadway. I must tell you this. His behavior with you, and perhaps more importantly, his little man friend Quan, are deeply repellent to my family values and my partner, Owen Marshall, counselor at law. I loathe Dean Cameron. If there is a moral side in this tragedy, it belongs to you, sir. Mr. Edge Donuts, Mr. Cameron's Gone Abacha, with a Tony Award-winning score by Elton John and Kim Basinger, has grossed over $65 million. Now, technically, Mr. Ejidalwe, you are the co-writer of what we refer to as the source material of Gone Abacha, now in its 11th month in the Winter Garden Theater on Broadway. As co-writer of Gone Abacha, you are legally entitled to some of these many millions. It would literally be my honor to help you get the 15% of the royalties that are rightfully yours. Now, if my calculations are correct, 15% of $60 million is roughly $1.2 million. Please, Mr. Ed, time is of the essence. Perry Mason, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Mr. Mason, please tell me more about this legal matter and the money.
Senator Ejidalwe, I will, as they say in screenwriting class, cut the cheese and lay it all out for you. Nothing would make me happier than to take money from the deeply amoral Mr. Cameron, writer of the Tony Award-winning Gone Abacha, now in its 6th month at the Winter Garden Theater on Broadway, and get it in the hands of its rightful recipient. You, Mr. Ejidalwe, you! Hating the rich and subsequently taking their money is what this great country is all about. But we must act quickly if we're going to cash in, as Dean Cameron has married the famed trollop Britney Spears, and factoring her many pregnancies and the rate at which she is spending the money at which by for, there will be no money left for anyone. Now, if you wish, I can refer you to another attorney, but as I have a personal interest in this matter, I believe that I am the one who will reprehend you the bestest. Mr. Perry Mason, Esquire.
Mr. Mason-esque, I am hoping you to inform me of the details on how to receive my funds as soon as possible.
My newest friend, you have no idea how thrilled I am to act as your attorney. No idea. We must scurry like mice, sir. That draggle-tail Britney Spears keeps having children who are, in fact, born pregnant. So before we proceed with your lucrative payday, however, we must discuss the unfortunate matter of my fee. Now, you may retain me for 50% of the $1.2 million, or send my fee of $350, $35, or $3.50 to my U.S. Los Angeles suite of offices.
Mr. Mason, you must believe me to be a fool if you are thinking that I will send you money. My associate has informed me that he has had no good fortune in locating information about Dean Cameron's Going Abacha theatrical performance. You are being silly and not serious. Sir, endeavor to provide me with the truth about this arrangement.
Ejidawe, you've called me a liar. No one does that. There is no Going Abacha. Everyone knows that Going Abacha died in out-of-town tryouts in Boston years ago. The show is Gone Abacha. Gone Abacha now in its 5th month in the Winter Garden Theater on Broadway. Let's forget it. If you don't believe me, I don't care. It leaves more money for me. Good day, sir. I said, good day. This is where I come out on stage and I drop the mic. So thank you very much. Where is he? Where is Victor Isaac? Give it up for Victor Isaac, the amazing Victor Isaac doing all of the hard work. I also want to thank Paul Provenza, Penn and Emily Gillette, Greg Lynn for doing the graphics, Bob East for doing the amazing animations that you saw, and the lovely and talented Jesse Marion over here on all the slides. Thank you very much. I'm going to put this thing up for a little bit here, begging for money, because that's what everyone does now. Thank you guys so much. See you soon. Drive fast. Take chances.
Thanks for watching.
God's great big family, and you know love is all we need. Beyond the world, beyond the children, beyond the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be strong and free. As God has shown us, by turning stone to bread, and so we all must lend a helping hand.